There comes a time in every person's life when silence grows heavier than words, when the noise of youth fades and we begin to hear the truth we once ignored. It is in those moments, the quiet between ambition and disappointment, that four brutal lessons reveal themselves. Lessons so raw, so uncomfortably true, that they strip us bare of illusion, and only then do we begin to live with clarity. Lesson 1. No one is coming to save you. When we are young, we believe rescue is inevitable. We wait for the right person, the right moment, the right opportunity to lift us out of pain. But life, in its ruthless wisdom, teaches us otherwise. No one is coming to save you, not your friends, not the system, not fate. It is you, and only you, who must drag yourself out of darkness. Epictetus once said, "No man is free unless he is master of himself." Those words are not meant to inspire comfort, but confrontation. Because self-mastery begins when we stop waiting and start acting. The Stoic understands that dependence on others for emotional rescue is the most subtle form of slavery. When your peace relies on another's approval, you've surrendered the throne of your mind, and once you give away control, chaos takes over. We must learn to be our own saviors, not out of pride, but out of necessity. Life's storms do not wait for compassion, they demand endurance. Seneca wrote, "It is not that life is short, but that we waste much of it." Most of us waste it waiting for someone to understand us, to choose us, to make life easier. But no savior comes. Only the realization that we were the rescue all along. So we sharpen our minds, we train our emotions, we learn to walk alone, not because isolation is noble, but because independence is peace. Every hardship, every betrayal, every lonely night is an invitation to strengthen our spirit. It's in those moments of solitude that we discover the one force that can never abandon us, our own discipline. The world respects those who do not beg for rescue, but create it. And the moment you stop chasing saviors, you become one. That is the first brutal lesson. Lesson 2. Peace comes from losing what you thought you needed. The second lesson is colder and far more painful. It comes when you lose something you believed you couldn't live without. A person, a dream, a sense of identity. And at first it feels like death, but with time, the silence beneath the loss begins to whisper something unexpected: freedom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. To the untrained mind, loss is tragedy, but to the disciplined soul, loss is purification. It removes what was never truly yours to control." We spend years building identities out of attachment, chasing validation, reputation, and desire. And when life tears those things away, we call it unfair. But in truth, it's mercy disguised as pain. For only when everything external collapses can the internal finally speak. The Stoic learns to let go, not out of apathy, but out of understanding. We realize that peace isn't found in possession, it's found in perception. The tighter we cling to people and outcomes, the more we suffer. The moment we release our grip, peace returns. Epictetus said, "Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will. Then your life will flow well." Those words are liberation, because they remind us that the source of all suffering is resistance to what is. We are not meant to control everything, we are meant to master ourselves within everything. That is the essence of power, calm acceptance without emotional surrender. When you lose what you thought you needed, you realize something profound. You were never missing anything at all. You simply forgot who you were beneath all the noise. True peace isn't the absence of loss. It's the presence of stillness after loss. It's the quiet knowing that even when everything fades, your inner fortress stands unshaken. Lesson 3. People reveal their true nature through crisis. We often spend decades trying to read the faces of others, trying to decode intentions and searching for loyalty in a world that doesn't guarantee it. But life has a way of stripping away pretenses, and it is in moments of crisis that truth becomes unavoidable. The brutal reality is this: most people are not who they appear to be. They wear masks for comfort, convenience, or survival. It is only when difficulty strikes, when loss, betrayal, or hardship arrives, that their true character is revealed. Seneca warned, "The mind that is anxious about what others do is never at peace." This is because waiting for validation, trust, or support from unreliable people is a path to suffering. We must recognize that external loyalty is fragile. It can vanish at a moment's notice. The Stoic does not need everyone to like them, nor does the Stoic rely on others to maintain their stability. Crisis is not a threat to the disciplined mind. It is a mirror. It reflects who deserves space in our lives and who does not. It teaches us the power of discernment, to value substance over pretense, integrity over comfort. By observing without judgment, we learn to anticipate betrayal and disappointment, and instead of reacting with fury, we respond with composure. Those who panic, complain, or cling are enslaved to emotion. We, however, cultivate the silent strength to remain untouched by chaos, even when surrounded by the storm of human unpredictability. This lesson teaches us a quiet yet dangerous kind of intelligence. We no longer waste energy on illusions of loyalty. We no longer chase the approval of the fickle. In our silence, in our calm observation, we gain the power others will never comprehend, the power to act decisively while remaining emotionally untouchable. Lesson 4. Comfort is the enemy of growth. We live in a world that glorifies comfort. Safety, routine, and avoidance of struggle are praised as marks of a successful life. But the Stoic understands the darker truth. Comfort is the soil in which mediocrity grows, and only adversity produces strength. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every challenge, every difficulty, every loss is an opportunity to forge resilience. If we avoid discomfort, we never discover what we are truly capable of. The mind that is pampered, the spirit that is coddled, becomes brittle. We are taught to endure, to confront, to embrace struggle as a teacher rather than a tormentor. In this lies the irony. Pain and resistance are gifts, revealing our potential in the face of reality. Those who flee discomfort remain slaves to their fears. But those who step into adversity deliberately with courage and curiosity transform fear into insight, weakness into strategy, and hesitation into power. This is the dangerous edge of attraction that few ever see, the aura of someone who has wrestled with life, survived, and emerged unbroken. Comfort creates dependency, challenge creates sovereignty. The moment we begin to welcome struggle, to seek growth even in discomfort, we become impervious to the trivial chaos that ensnares ordinary minds. This is the invisible strength that draws attention, respect, and even fear, the magnetic pull of someone who commands life rather than being commanded by it. These 4 lessons, that no one is coming to save you, and that peace is born through loss, are not gentle. They bruise the ego and burn the illusions we cling to, but they also awaken us to something far greater, inner sovereignty. As Seneca said, "Fire tests gold and adversity tests the brave." And so we walk through fire, willingly, not to escape the world, but to transcend it. We stop asking for rescue and start building strength. We stop fearing loss and start embracing truth. This is how we rise, quietly, powerfully, and without complaint. Because in the end, life does not reward the loud or the entitled. It rewards the grounded, the disciplined, the ones who face pain and say, "Burn what you must, I will remain." And that, my friend, is when you stop merely existing and start living as something unbreakable. Remember, the world will never give you the clarity, the peace, or the strength you seek. Only you can claim it. Embrace silence, embrace discipline, and let your actions speak louder than every word around you. If you felt the weight of these lessons, carry them into your life. Apply them. Let them shape you into someone untouchable, someone magnetic, someone dangerous in the quietest way. We don't chase validation. We don't fear chaos. We master ourselves, and in that mastery, everything else falls into place. If this spoke to you, join us, subscribe, and step further into the path of quiet power. Because the world only notices those who have learned to stand unshaken.